How's it going, guys? My name is Josue, and I'm back again with another video on Hear Me Raw. And I've been asked something recently by my partner, actually. She asked me, what happened to Hear Me Raw? I was talking to her and I was letting her know that, I haven't really been expressing myself as I would like, you know? And I was having so much fun as a vegan, expressing myself, fighting for the animals and everything like that. But it's different when you're fighting for something else than when you're fighting for yourself, when you're fighting for your right to be. And it's something that is so profound, so deep, that if you're going through this, any type of gender dysphoria, if you're questioning your gender identity, whatever it may be, if you're part of the LGBTQ community, if you can afford some help, get the help. If you can, find someone safe to talk to, who's not gonna belittle you, who's not gonna think that you're crazy, because there are a lot of people that are going to think that you're crazy. We have been given very limited ways of expressing ourselves if you look at it. When there's so many people, there's 7 billion people on this planet, and we're all supposed to fall into two categories, and that's just not the case. And exploring this, and I finally made sense of my whole life. For instance, I've literally finally connected all the pieces. It's like I've been rebuilding myself. The way that society is set up causes a lot of us to compartmentalize ourselves. We're all at the mercy of capitalism. We're at the mercy of the patriarchy. We're at the mercy of heteronormative standards and compulsive heterosexuality. We're at the mercy of all these things. We're at the mercy of the male gaze. We're at the mercy of racism. Colonialism. That's like at the center of everything. It's crazy how many things go back to to us being colonized, and we have to decolonize our minds. And right now, the way that the world's set up, we're working so much. We already know that we can be more productive by working less, but we insist. They insist that we work so long, and when we're working so much, we don't really have a time to think. We don't have the time to unlearn. It takes energy to unlearn and then relearn, to figure out who you are. People are doing this at so many different stages in their life, but going back to why I haven't been expressing myself as much, it's just because I don't, I didn't raise myself with the confidence of expressing myself this way. I thought I only had two options, and I chose the option that would, you know, not stir the pot. I didn't want attention. I was so shy when I was younger. I did not expect to be on YouTube making videos. I started doing this because first I wanted to talk about phones. I wanted to promote phones. That's why I started recording videos on YouTube. And then, of course, I started talking about veganism. And then now I kind of put my name out there. And being in front of so many people, it can be terrifying. You look at the mental health of YouTubers, it's tough. And to be online as yourself, talking about things that a lot of people seem like deemed demonic. And when you grow up in that type of environment as well, when you grow up in a church and you want to express yourself in this way, it's tough. Yeah, you feel like you can't keep going to church. But guess what? There are gay people, there are non-binary people that do still go to church, bisexual people that still go to church. That are still Christian. So I really do hope at some point, a lot of people do end up making their way back, and that it's a safe place for them to be, because with church comes family, with church comes community. There's a lot of good things about the church, and of course, just like anything else, there's a lot of bad things too. So much history is coming out. All the children that were buried under old, churches. Like, that's really sad. Like, religion has such a dark history, just like America. But just because there's a dark history does not mean that we can move forward. And part of the reason why I haven't really been expressing myself, of course, I don't have the confidence as a non-binary person. You don't see a lot of non-binary people around. And as you can see, I'm a man. I got beard, got muscles. A lot of people, when they see me in a dress, they're gonna be like, what is wrong with this person? And I'm not gonna lie to you, part of me still feels that way. Part of me still judges me sometimes. Even though, like, when I put that dress on, I feel amazing. That gender euphoria that they talk about, it feels amazing. And I'm getting back on my grind, and I'm, I've grown. My skin's a lot thicker, especially after I quit veganism. I got a lot of backlash from that, and from reading those comments, seeing people say nasty things about me, my skin grew thicker. From how family has treated me, skin has grown thicker. So not to say that my whole family is not supportive, but there are some that aren't, you know, and that sucks to not have that. Like when I was just doing what society expected me to be, family was full in support. But when I wanted to do what my heart was yearning for, and at this point, my body is yearning for it to the extent that I feel like if I don't express it, if I don't explore that side of myself, I literally feel like I'm going to die. I shit you not. I don't know why it took this long for me to feel this way, but I don't know if I somehow buffered myself from this. I buffered myself from my feelings, but I think you can only hide yourself for so long until it starts eating away at you, you know. And as I get older, just like anxiety, depression, all these things, they're at the forefront. And it's like if I don't do what my body wants, I feel it. I feel it right away. It could be due to the fact that when I was vegan, my health got so bad that it's like I was not protected from anything. It's like I was at the mercy of anything. I was at the mercy of all my emotions. Or I was at the mercy of the world. I felt so naked. And now I've been rebuilding my strength, and I'm getting a lot stronger emotionally, physically, spiritually, in all the ways. And I'm feeling so alive. And now the thing that is in front of me now is like, okay, so you clearly want to express yourself in this way, but in doing so, you may lose people, you may disgust people, and at the end of it, you might die. You know, you look at the average life of a black trans woman, 30 years old, and as a black man that's paints their nails, wears dresses, wears skirts, you know, and wears whatever they want to wear. There, a lot of people are gonna hate me. I've gotten so much hate. Like Pride Month was really tough because people that I thought were cool, that I thought were open, showed me how closed off they were. You know, and they showed me where their mindset was. And even bringing up how many people are dying because of their opinions and their beliefs, they don't care. So at this point, I'm just like, fuck it, you know. I might as well be me, and I'm gonna encourage people to be them. You know, if you're willing to take the risk, if you're willing to take the risk of being bullied, of being made fun of, or maybe even killed, but doing it for yourself, like this is a revolution for a lot of people right now because society has kept us from truly experiencing ourselves. We expect people to be as we would like them to be. Be how I want you to be so I can enjoy my life more. Forget about what you want. We do that to our children, you know, and but as you can see, more and more people are breaking out of that thanks to social media, thanks in part to social media. We still have a lot of work to do, but yes, I haven't been speaking up as much as I used to. I haven't been saying everything that's been on my mind because I know it's gonna piss off some people. Religion has a big hold on the world, and I don't think religion is all bad. Religion can be really good, but when religion is used to, you know, to push homophobia, to make people homophobic, that's not right. That's not right. And just so you know, homophobia, um, homosexuality was not in the Bible. It was a different word that meant to not sleep with children. And guess what? They started saying, "Oh, don't man should not lay with man." And then these priests were over here doing things to little boys. Now that's wrong. Like and I never hear churches talk about that. When Lil Nas X released his song, you know, Montero, and had the Satan shoes, all churches from all over had sermons and everything talking about what are we gonna do about this? What are you gonna do about all the priests that were touching kids? What are you gonna do about all the kids that we found buried underneath the ground? What are you gonna do about all that? That's a way bigger issue. And not like LGBT people are not an issue at all. And the more research that I do, the more it makes sense that you look at all the ancient traditions that had LGBT people, that had two-spirited people, that had trans people, and they saw them as sacred. They saw that they had a special connection with the divine. So it would make sense that the colonizers would be like, hey, no, cut that out. If you want a connection to the divine, you have to come through us. You have to come through people that we have ordained. All right? You have no connection to spirit on your own. You need to come through us. Now, what does that sound like? So I'm gonna leave the video here. Don't want to make it too long, but there's a lot of things going on in the world right now, and some days it's tough going through all this. But we have to move forward. We have to move forward together. So I'm going to express myself, whatever it may mean. I'm going to do it. I know this life that I chose. I did not choose it because it was going to be easy, you know. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna live it, and I'm gonna inspire you to do the same. So if you're brave enough, essentially, like, trans people, gay people, people in marginalized communities, their lives are at risk more and more every day, and this can be turned around if we can educate people on differences and to love those differences. All right. So I'll definitely be talking about this more and more. I definitely have to start off my podcast more and more. If you want to talk about this subject, if you're a trans, non-binary, part of LGBTQ community, or even if you're an ally, a true ally, and you want to talk about it, because I would love to hear more allies. That's the thing about this too. During Pride Month, a lot of people did not say anything. They did not talk. They did not mention, and they just kept on saying, "Okay, why do you guys need a whole month to celebrate?" While during Pride Month, we're still getting killed. While 2020 and 2021 saw a huge rise in hate crimes towards the LGBTQ community, but these people are still with this information right there, right at their fingertips. They're still saying, "Why do you guys need a whole month? Why you gotta put it all in our face?" It's so wrong that it almost made me lose faith. Like it really did. I almost lost faith in humanity again because of this. But you know what? I did not come here to lose faith. I came here to inspire people. And again, so that's why I say if you're a true ally and you want to speak on behalf of the LGBTQ community on how you love them and how you're supporting them, because we need that support right now, you can talk as well. So I would love to hear your point. I would love to hear more black people speak positively of the LGBTQ community because I'm from that community. So yeah, that's my video for the day. If you enjoyed it, definitely hit the like button below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.